talking to your spouse about finances can be tough, I'm going to visit Josh and Monica Polkow of Westfield, Indiana, and see if I can provide some strategies to make it a little easier.
I know everything that goes on with us financially, and Monica is not 100% in the loop. And it would just really be good to talk to Liz about how we can better communicate and really have plans and a goal that we both see and we both buy into.
So how do you two communicate about money?
Monica will call me and say, "Can I buy this?" Or
what card should I put it on? Where is the money for this? I really feel like I don't do spending without letting Josh know. And it's stressful because I don't know what money we have or where it is.
It's great to have a family CFO, one person who's the point person, because it's hard if you split the job. Nobody knows what bills get paid and it gets confusing about where the budget is. So having one person handle most of the finances actually works pretty well for most couples, but the other person has to be kept in the loop. What kind of backgrounds do you come from in terms of finances and money? How was money handled in your household?
Growing up, my mother actually handled most of the money. She paid the bills and stuff like that.
How were money conflicts dealt with?
honestly, I don't remember there being many conflicts growing up.
That can be a great thing. That can show that they were absolutely on the right page, or it can show that they didn't communicate about it. And if they didn't communicate about it, it can be hard for you to figure out how to communicate with your partner. So you might want to think about that and think about growing up, what your earliest memories were around money, what messages you got around money, because that can help you understand where you're coming from. And then if you share it with Monica, she can have a better idea as well. Do you guys have your own accounts, or is it a joint account?
It's joint.
Everything's joint.
Okay. I want to suggest a slight variation on that, which is that each person has at least a little walking around money that is no questions asked money, because there are things that you consider important that Monica might not, and vice versa. But just having that little extra funds can really help. So do you guys have a budget, or how do you decide how much to spend?
We don't really have a budget. If we do, I think it's in Josh's head, and I don't know about it.
That's right. It is in my head.
What's really helpful is to sit down and put that budget on paper. You have to know what you're spending and where you can cut back if necessary, so that the money goes where you want it to go. I would say if you could put together a notebook that has this information, notebook you'll want to keep someplace secure, obviously, but where the accounts are, what the budget is, where you need to be. And you have online access to your accounts, is that right?
That's right.
I would encourage you to look into account aggregation sites, and those are the sites that put all of your different accounts in one place. So you have a broad overview of where everything stands. And then if Monica has access to that site, she can see when the credit card limit's about to be reached or when the bank account is low. So having those set up, and then once a month at least, maybe as often as once a week, going through and looking at those and seeing where you stand and talking about where things need to be. And maybe have a date night. It's not the most romantic date in the world, but if you get a babysitter and have some time to talk about it, it can at least get you both up to speed. Is that something you'd be willing to do?
Yeah, definitely.
So we've been talking about how to communicate with your spouse around money. And it can be very difficult because these are not issues that people naturally agree on. Everybody comes from a different situation. I think if you take a little time to have these discussions, even in your busy days, it will make a big difference in how comfortable you are about your financial situation and help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve.